Sony ZV-E10 is primarily marketed by Sony as a vlogging camera. And so a lot of people, when they buy the Sony ZV-E10, the first understanding is that they are going to vlog with the Sony ZV-E10. And for 2024, Sony ZV-E10 was just basically my first camera that I bought, and I've used it in several scenarios for events, for weddings, for funerals, and for sports photography and videography as well. In this video, we are talking about the Sony ZV-E10 in 2025 and why I think that it is one of the best budget cameras that you can buy to start content creation, videography, or photography in 2025. My name is Abegu. Sony ZV-E10, for me, I think that it's just a fantastic tool. If as someone that does certain videos like the way that I'm doing, currently I'm recording with the Sony ZV-E10 with a camera 70 to 70 millimeters, which is my all-time favorite aps-c lens, a 24 megapixel aps-c sensor, which has an incredible sensor that produces rich quality. It also shoots photos in RAW. And so if you really want to fine-tune your pictures, color grading in terms of what you want to do with the pictures, with the Sony ZV-E10 you'll be able to do that. The Sony ZV-E10 does not have any mechanical shutter, and so you are shooting at the electronic shutter, and with the electronic shutter you can shoot 11 frames per second. And I think that is quite decent, especially for the fact that you can be able to shoot and freeze action in motion, really detailed shots, especially if you are reusing a lens that really gets you close to the subject. You're working for clients, you still can use the Sony ZV-E10 to achieve great shots, and they wouldn't even notice that you are using the Sony ZV-E10. With video, you can shoot at 4K up to 30 FPS. 4K over here is then sampled from a 6K sensor. That means that you'll be able to get detailed shots, and you'll be surprised to know that the Sony ZV-E10 will give you one of the best detailed shots that you ever have. And considering if you pair it with a fast aperture lens, you are going to be able to cover a lot of things with the Sony ZV-E10. For me, I think that the favorite lens that I use for the Sony ZV-E10 has to do with the camera 17 to 70 millimeters, which I think at an f2 constant aperture running from 70 millimeters all the way to 70 millimeters, you'll be able to have a perfect range that you can zoom in and zoom out and get the best shot that you're looking for. I think that when you're shooting sports with this Sony ZV-E10, it all has to come to the experience that you're getting. I don't think that the Sony ZV-E10 can compete with all the great cameras, Sony line or Canon or Nikon or all those kind of things. This is primarily a budget way of understanding the game. So the Sony ZV-E10 does not have in-body stabilization, and that is one of the flaws of this camera. So when we are doing any kind of video shooting or picture taking or anything like that, sometimes you need to be a little bit steady with your own body, be able to have that kind of steady shots with yourself. I also think that when you pair with a lens that comes with a stabilization in it, like the Tamron 17 to 70 millimeter, which has a VC, vibration compensation. On the Sony ZV-E10, when you put it on the active mode, it means that it's going to crop in. But when you put it on a standard, the Tamron 17 to 70 millimeters is going to be able to stabilize your footage with a Sony ZV-E10. Most of my videos are used handheld. When I go to the stadium, when I go to the basketball event or anything like that, I don't even carry a tripod with me or anything like that. All that I do is that I hold the Sony ZV-E10, put it on the active stabilization within the Sony ZV-E10, and that is going to be able to balance with the vibration compensation on the Tamron 17 to 70 millimeters. Even with the Vitro 75 millimeters f1.2 Pro lens, it does not have any stabilization built into it. But then when you look at the footage that I'm showing, you can see that it still was able to deliver fine shots that you might not even think that this was done handheld. It is a very small body, extremely compact, extremely lightweight, packed with a lot of amazing features. All those features within the Sony ZV-E10 is going to make the body to overheat. Sometimes when I'm recording videos in this studio, for example, you just press on it, record for a few minutes, and because that I'm using artificial light, the room is always a bit warm, and that rapidly makes the Sony ZV-E10 to have its body to be warm. In all the shooting that you do, you do not want to shoot recording video for a long period of time. Sometimes you can just record, let's say, about 5 minutes, and you put it off and wait for a few moments and then put it on again, and that would help for you to be able to shoot for long hours without having system overheating issues coming with the Sony ZV-E10. So I think that the two flaws with the Sony ZV-E10 has to do with the no in-body stabilization and the overheating issue. The autofocus on the Sony ZV-E10 is just fantastic. It is impressive. I don't think that the Sony ZV-E10 might just be treated as just a vlogging camera. For people who do not have enough money, who are just tight on budget and all that, the Sony ZV-E10 is just a fantastic way for you to delve into any kind of photography and videography venture that you want to really go to. So in 2025, I still think that the Sony ZV-E10 is a relevant purchase. This is not the second version of the Sony ZV-E10, which has a bigger battery and has other improvements in other areas, especially with overheating and all that. This is a normal Sony ZV-E10 OG, the original version of Sony ZV-E10. Was launched a few years ago. I think it's still a relevant purchase in 2025. You shot your footage and your pictures with the Sony ZV-E10, they would never notice and they would never find out, because people do not really look at the gear that you are using. They are looking at for the result and the output that you produce. My name is Abeku. If you like this video, kindly subscribe to the channel, and I'm going to see you in the next video. Peace out.